Hi everybody. I just recently finished this sketchbook that I have had for quite a while. Um, and I thought that I could do a sketchbook tour. So, yeah, I guess we'll just jump right into that. As you can see, there are many stickers on there. Um, yeah, I shouldn't be allowed to have stickers. I have a lot. My new sketchbook actually is also covered in stickers. Lots of Spider-Man stickers, but the front and the back, because yep, that's what I do with stickers. All right, so opening it up, I have my first page. Well, first page, um, where I basically say what number sketchbook it is, and I draw a character. And then I have down here from when to when. Yeah, so I started it October 31st and ended it last week. Over here, I decided I wanted to do November, so I used my watercolor pencils, and because the first 2 days of November are the Day of the Dead in Mexico, and I just decided to do that. So yeah, started with yellow, and have 2 Day of the Dead girls and a kid eating some ice cream. And then I got this inspiration from a Drawing with Waffles video. Um, so yeah, Spider-Man drawing. And I didn't really have the exact colors for November in my watercolor pencils, so I had to improvise. So I used browns, and yeah, just a girl. And this is a sentient. It's a monster that lives in my character Jig's reality. Yeah, it's like a centipede with a scorpion stinger, pincers, and like scythe arms almost. Yeah, it's dangerous. Here I actually saw a fox on the way to school, and I decided I wanted to draw some foxes because foxes are pretty cool. And then getting back into November, we have this. I don't know what this is, but this is the start of my long ears. A fox boy for orange that I thought matched a fox. A pumpkin head. I don't know. Um, some miraculous OCs. I thought it would be pretty cool to um, figure out like mine and my family's favorite animals and make those into a miraculous. So my favorite animal is a shark, so I made a shark miraculous and all the information there. And me in my costume. So yeah, self-portrait. um, some more November, a lava-haired girl, some shady kid, Jig in a reddish orange color, and I decided to do Adrian for pink because there was a pink Adrian trend on Instagram at one point. This is my friend's. I don't think her favorite animal is a porcupine, but she thought it would be kind of cool. So yeah, that is hers, and that's her, and in her costume. Back to November, we have a lighter pink, so I drew the villain in my book. His name is Dylan. Some girl with a weird mask for a hot pink. Purple, I drew Misty because, Misty's accent color's purple. And this is my brother. He chose an armadillo, also not his favorite animal. I'm not even sure if he has one. But yeah, that's him and in his costume. I really like how they turned out, honestly. Get into the blues in November. Just a girl in, I don't think she's in a hoodie. Kind of looks like a poncho thing with a hood or something. I'm not entirely sure. Some guy with like a flame head thing that my brother swears is a ripoff of Hollow Knight. Yeah, I don't think so. This was a drawing that I decided to do based off of somebody else's. A sad little Jay. Poor Jay. This is a poem that I wrote in English. It doesn't matter. Into greens, this is a bluish green. I did a Forest Fae character. I don't know. And for the lightest blue I had to do chat blank. I just had to. I couldn't pass up the opportunity. And then another sad little kid. And after I did the small one, I had to draw him again. So sad. Some pen sketches. Don't know what that is. There's Ladybug and chat blank because I have the perfect pen for chat blank. And to the greens. And the greens are where I stopped for November. I never actually finished it. So I did this fairy kid, decided to draw him bigger here, and a very bad looking bird, but that's okay. I figured for this one, I figured that I could create some more characters to go in my book and my universe. I don't know why, but I decided to do twins with fire powers from a fire kingdom. So yeah, just some sketching, figuring out what I wanted to do. And brother, so this is Anna and Alexander Spark from the Kingdom of Inferno, the Fire Kingdom. This is a drawing of Jig. I wanted to do like a one color challenge-ish thing with acrylic paint, so I chose red because his jacket's maroon. That's why he's so pink. And doodling some guns for one of my characters. This is Marco from Star vs. Forces of Evil. That is a very good show, honestly. Just some sketching, planning out what lanterns are going to look like for another drawing. Pen sketch of Cain, of which I drew him holding his sword in the wrong hand. It's great. This is a scene of Terra Grove, a scene that you see in my book, and I just really wanted to draw it, and I really like it. This is a character that I created. I created 3 characters at one time. They are all orphans. His name is Isaiah. This is Sydney and Elliot. Elliot is a dragon, and Sydney and Isaiah are humans, and this is what I did. So yeah, I used a random character generator thing that I actually created where you roll a die. So yeah, that's what I used. This was some sketching while walking in Walmart. Just a little warm-up sketch that isn't that great. And then I drew Chris and later colored it. And these are some sketches to figure out what I was going to do for Christmas cards for Christmas for my family. And it came around Christmas time, and I drew Isaiah again, Jay with a Christmas hat, and Elliot in full dragon form. This is a scene that actually happens in my book. But yeah, this is Dylan and Jay, and this is some concepting, just minimal concepting for a character in my book. And this is her again. This is probably a more finalized version, and I just figured I would draw, I don't know, a Terragrovian warrior. This I drew the night before we left to go to Montana for seeing family, and I colored it with some chalky watercolors, but they're not that chalky anymore. It's kind of rubbing off. I drew this at my aunt's house. It's Dylan and Alicia, and Dylan is fed up with Alicia like usual. I was feeling very uninspired, and I was drawing how I felt and a random snowman. I don't know what that is, but I ended up getting sick over Christmas break, and it was not great, so I drew how I felt before I actually went up and talked to people. So yeah, that was how I felt. For a Popcross Studios challenge, we were told to do a scrappy character and play with line weight or line art, and I was figuring out some stuff to do like that, and I came up with this character, and you can slightly see I had some weird stuff going on there beforehand, but actually I had just drawn her head. Like, it was just her hairstyle. The mask wasn't even there, and that was just a warm-up sketch, and then I erased that because I didn't like it anymore, and I came up with this, and then I redrew her, and I honestly love her mask. It's great. This is her robotic bunny spare parts, and this is her again. And then 2020 came, and I just had to draw Jay and Kane. They're just too adorable. Cafe Doodles, we were at our local coffee shop, and I was playing around with some doodles, and this was actually when I was either in the middle or I had finished the Netflix show Green Eggs and Ham. I really want a season 2. And then some more concepting and just, yeah, doodles. This is from a VeggieTales movie. One of my favorites. I really felt like I just felt like it. These pages are empty, really. But, I think these are supposed to be hamsters? Yeah. And I just, like, write reminders and stuff in my sketchbook a lot, so yeah. This is a doodle of Jay. A little, I don't know, that. Ooh, and then I was translating my characters into a simpler style that I had figured out. I mean, Alicia, love how that worked out. She looks really nice. But some of the other ones, especially characters with long ears, it doesn't look very nice. But yeah, I don't often draw in that style. This is just some ramble, really, figuring out the meanings of names and stuff for my characters, Terragrovian, and this is the briefcase that my characters use to time travel. I designed it, and I came up with an entire written alphabet and numbers in Terragrovian. So it's just symbols. But yeah. This is a character that I was just doodling, but he ended up actually becoming a character. This is Isaiah in that style, and there again, Jay, and some Terragrovian. This is this same character here. His name is Colton Vapor, and his parents, they are these two are the king and queen of the kingdom of air, Tempest Air, and he's the prince. For school, we had a government day, and I had to do like an essay thing, but I had to dress up. Well, actually, it was optional, but this is what I wore, and I don't know, I felt ridiculous. So I decided, hey, I'll draw myself. And you got all this it looks okay. And then I decided to wear some of my shark socks, and I knew from the beginning I was going to. So, yep, shark socks. This is sketching to figure out some digital art for a art class. This is like designing the castle of Marinola. And this character is a chimera. His name is Daniel. He was actually created for a Valentine's thing. A Valentine's art trade, secret art trade thing. I don't know, but I was told to design a character for somebody. So here we go. And this was about the time that I found out that the coronavirus was a thing, but it was like way away from me, but it was slightly inspired by that, I think, because he has like disease magic or whatever. I don't entirely understand, but yeah, that's him again. I doodled that in algebra. This is a character that my mom created, that I designed, but she created her. She is a detective cow. Some notes and stuff. This is also VeggieTales. Larry Boy is a human. Some more Terragrovian, that's just the alphabet and numbers. These are some sketches because I was bored in physics. This is one of my classmates, doesn't really look like her. And this is my this is my teacher. Another little doodle. And I drew Jay because I was bored, and I'm like, what'd you expect me to do? Just chill here? Yep. And for the Valentine's trade thing, I got a character who was a dwarf pirate. So this is him and there trying to figure him out. These are drawings of people also. This was doodling. I was mad at my brother, so I drew myself punching him. And yeah. And then my youth pastor's daughter got a hold of my colored pencils, so I figured, you know what? She can just draw all over. These are thumbnail links for my other video. I doodled this in algebra. Her ear is ginormous. Some more Terragrovian, and a doodle of the huntsman. The 29th of February, because this year was a leap year. So I figured, hey, Jig probably doesn't know what that is, because he doesn't really need the concept of time. So there it is. Jig not knowing. This was a sketch for a redraw challenge for Popcross Studios. It was a redraw-ception. I would redraw one of my one of my characters, and then he would redraw characters. So I was thinking maybe I could do this character that I created when I was young, Jingles the Elf, but then I actually went with a My Hero Academia OC. These are characters that I asked my brother what one thing personified him, and he couldn't think of anything, so I drew him with a TV on his head. A static TV to be exact, but yeah. Another drawing of Miss Mooseberry, some notes. This is a character that I created for my art class. His name is Philly, and he's a Cyclops dwarf. He's adorable. This is another character. Her name is Cyphor, or Psy for short. She is a dragon siren. More Philly, and this is when I started doing a sketching everyday thing. It went for a while, but it's not still going. But the prompt was skate, bed, don't ask me why I drew a couch, I don't know. Soap, I figured, yeah, this is when the coronavirus was bigger and actually where I lived, pretty much. But yeah, soap and furry, so I figured I would just, experiment. Yeah. Wet, calm, I actually really like this. I don't know, I just do. And then I doodled this at like midnight one day. Yep, yeah. Teacher, these are two of my teachers that I like the most. Not supposed to play favorites, but this is my Spanish teacher and my English teacher, and they look pretty similar to what they actually look like. This is thumbnailing for another prompt called Summit, and which is what I drew here. For exercise, Jay trying to do a pull-up because, why not? And then her arms being all limp and noodly. This is another character. These two are characters that I created also with the other two, with Philly and Cyphor. These two. This one, his name is Ethan. That's not his actual design, but his name is Ethan, and this is Glitch. He's a phantom. I went outside on a nice day and just doodled. I sketched the house that's across the street from me, some scenery, and birds. This was Rest. It's not great, honestly. Neither is this one. This is a very empty page also. This is Squash and Rest. This was figuring out all the things I needed for the character design thing that I was doing for art. This is Ethan and Glitch. I was trying to figure out if I should give him a nose or not. And I was trying to figure out a monster to create for another Popcross Studios challenge. And yeah, I came up with some interesting things. This is Cyphor. I just needed a front view for her. And this is the monster that I came up with. He's called the Whistler. He's got ginormous hands, but you'll see him later. This is a sketch for Male, a sketch for Contain. It's a side view of Ethan. Pony, I decided to go for a ponytail. This was for Station. It's really faded, but there's a space station there with the astronaut. Judge and Crystal, I really like this. I actually colored it with erasable highlighters. Here's the Whistler. So yeah, he whistles to draw in Lost Hikers. This was for Bay. It was just watercolor. Roots. I'm gonna turn that. Roots. Sweat. Birds. And came to Easter, so I drew Jesus, because, it's the meaning of Easter, why not? I don't remember what this one is. It might have been like dome or something, but I drew like a snow globe thing with a ballerina. This is for Pride. I drew a prideful dude. And then I was figuring out how to draw Bugs Bunny. That's kind of creepy. But yeah, I can draw a decent Bugs Bunny. And then I decided, you know what? I got Looney Tunes on the brain. Why not draw some Daffy? So yeah. Honestly, that looks like the actual reference I was using. So yeah. More Daffy. For Hook, Worm on a Hook, and Flowey, if you know Undertale, it really hooks you in once you meet him. And some Gaster Blasters. For Triangle, I drew Bill Cipher because why pass up the opportunity for that? So I drew him as a human and as himself. This was for like list or ingredients, something like that. Pump, I think. So I used an air pump for a ball. Some more Terragrovian and some planning that me and my brother were planning on doing. And then trying to figure out how to draw Papyrus and Sans and give them more emotion. This was for Trap, so cigarettes, and for Speak. And then I drew a Sans because I was trying to figure him out here. And I gave him more emotion, so yeah, I'm happy with that. That was for a class. This was for Comfort, so I drew somebody with a mask because at this point, that's what Comfort was. This might have been Iris. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I remember it was weird, but yeah. And then some Toriel because I drew Toriel for, yeah, Genocide Toriel, so poor Toriel. This was figuring out some stuff. Somebody asked me to draw a unicorn, so I was trying to figure something out with that. And we get to some more Spider Sona stuff. This is my Spider Sona. I was just drawing her, getting familiar with her more, and I was also watching a show called Legend Quest on like Netflix or Hulu or something. I'm not even sure, but this is a character named Alebrije. He's pretty goofy. This is my Miraculous character again. It's just a lot of writing. I don't know, I was trying to do like a female skeleton character. She kind of just looks like a female Sans. But yeah. This is some more figuring out how to draw horses because I don't draw a lot of animals. So yeah, a unicorn. I tried to do this without a reference, but I made the face look like a rhino. So I just kind of added the rhino horns. And I was trying to figure out how to draw horse skulls, which are a lot more complicated than I would like, and they look a lot weirder than I thought. So I simplified it, which you'll see later. Terragrovian because I'm weird. This is a reference of her suit, front and back. Just drawing her again. Drawing of her identity, which is actually just me, so another self-portrait, I guess. This is another one of my characters. He's her partner. Her name is Silk Spitter. This is Emerald Spider. He was in, front and back, more Terragrovian. This is him as normal, and he actually has extra eyes that turn black. He also has extra arms if you, couldn't tell. Him again. And this is the unicorn that I drew for my friend, and I really kind of like it. It's interesting. Like, you can see how I took bits and pieces from the actual skull, but I I narrowed it down because it's really wide here. But I took the little nose notch thing and the teeth. I figured I should put the teeth in the right place. But yeah, I just simplified it, basically more the shape of a horse head. And this is my this is another OC, or for Miraculous, this is my dad's. He loves penguins, so he decided to do a penguin. This is Blizzard. Yeah. And then the last page, some more notes, and a pen sketch of Cat Noir that I colored with my colored pencils. So yeah, that's my number 5. Sketchbook number 5 with stickers galore and tons and tons of sketches and drawings and full pages. And for once, the last page wasn't a swatch page in one of my sketchbooks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I liked looking through it. It was I mean, I have nothing better to do. I'm, stuck in social quarantine, so yeah. So I hope you enjoyed looking through this with me, and I hope you come back for the next video and maybe even watch the last one. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.